All right, coming to you live from Orlando, Florida. This is The Ember Show, your host, Ember. We have a great episode in store. You know we will not need to bring out the brooms this round. There are no sweeps. And I like that. I like it being very competitive considering that it's getting closer to the NBA Finals. This round is semifinals and you got to bring your best game. We're going to go ahead and start with the Phoenix Suns that finally lost a little bit of their mojo the other night. And they got to play tonight again at LA. And, you know, my prediction on them, the Suns actually being the ones that are going to win it all, I'm still sticking with it. Like I stated, the LA Clippers will definitely take care of business at home. And I figured that. And, you know, bringing Chris Paul back after, 11 or 12 games not playing, that had been a little difficult for him, especially with the injury lingering as well. So he had to stay fresh, and somehow, 15 points ain't going to get it done. But he did have 12 assists, and Devin Booker didn't come up. He didn't come to play. That defense of Los Angeles Clippers locked him down. And, you couldn't get any mojo from that mask. But, those Clippers, they're in the playoffs for a reason. And they have these weird ways of coming back and then also losing. But maybe this is the year they turn the corner. They're already in the Western Conference Finals, and we're going to get to the Eastern Conference Final real shortly, because there was a good game the other night. But I want to talk a little bit more about how the Clippers not only just locked down Phoenix Suns. Paul George had 27 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 assists, 2 assists shy of a triple-double. And Reggie Jackson had 23 points. He contributed. Everybody contributed really well. And 106-92, Los Angeles Clippers won Thursday. So tonight I'm curious to see how it's going to end. Because if it's Clippers 2-2 going back to Phoenix, I think this is going into Game 7. Now, if the Phoenix Suns somehow pull it off in LA tonight, I think they will go back to Phoenix and win. It really comes down to the home court advantage. The momentum from the crowd, especially now that they're allowing fans back in, has to be refreshing for the players. It's I bet they could hear crickets last year in the bubble. That's that's for sure. But, they made it happen. Like I stated in the other podcast, at least the NBA, didn't shut down the season completely. But either way, I know that was difficult for the players. And so, I'm going to go ahead and make my prediction for tonight's game. Oh, this one's hard. This one's hard because the Clippers have shown now that they can stop the Suns with their defense. And, of course, we know Paul George can light it up anytime. He's one of the greatest shooters in the game today. And Phoenix, I'm torn with this, but I'm going to go ahead and pick one. I'm going to have to go. It's such a toss-up because they're evenly matched. I'm going to go Phoenix Suns tonight. I'm going to say they get it done. The Suns get it done and go up 3-1. But it'd be a really close game. I think closer than the last game. Which, it was still close. 92-106 is not a big difference, in margin. So, good game. But, yeah. We're going to go ahead and move on to the Eastern Conference Finals now. After Game 1, the Atlanta Hawks. Whoops, I don't want to actually watch the video. I want to just make sure that I'm... Hold on. Alright, there we go. So the Atlanta Hawks, forgive me for that, The Atlanta Hawks kind of shocked Milwaukee Bucks game one. I mean, Milwaukee had the opportunity to win, and at the same time, Atlanta was locked in. And, game two, though, different story. I think they led by 41 points at one point. 41 points. See, I predicted that the Milwaukee Bucks would win game one. And I was wrong. Can't always be right. But the Atlanta Hawks, hats off to them. I mean, they grabbed game one, and they weren't really expected to win game one or two, which obviously they didn't win game two. But now it goes back to Atlanta, so they might feel a little bit more comfortable. But they definitely locked down Trae Young. He wasn't so cold-blooded. 15 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. That's not going to get it done. And nobody else was higher than that. So I don't even need to mention anybody else. But that's what that Milwaukee Bucks defense can do. And then the offense can light it up at any given time. So, I mean, Giannis, 25, almost a double-double. He had 9 rebounds. Brook Lopez, 16. Hey, I mean, he didn't have any. He only had 1 rebound, but hey, he still contributed with 16 points. Drew Holiday, 22 and 7. Middleton, 15-8. So, Big Dog led the way, and they won. He's an exciting player to watch. Honestly, it's just something else. And yeah. So when's that next game? That's going to be. Let's see. Next game will be probably tomorrow. Because they're kind of like periodically going back and forth. Yep, tomorrow, 8:30 in Atlanta. And I'm going to say the Atlanta Hawks win. They go back home, and they still have momentum from the first game, and now they got like some blood dripping from their mouths because they got punched so hard in the mouth. Game 2, so game 3, I see them taking it. And it will... I'm not going to say it's going to be close. I'm not going to say it's going to be a blowout. So we'll be right in the middle. But unless that Milwaukee Bucks somehow... See, I can't turn on it. But because I still have Milwaukee Bucks versus the Phoenix Suns NBA Finals. I'm still sticking with it. I believe both teams are suited for it, and I would love to see it. So, yeah. So we got 7 more minutes. I just want to talk a little bit more about the draft, NBA, a little bit of what I want to do on the basketball court. Eventually, I need to get back out there. But Orlando Magic got number 5 and 8. I don't even know when the NBA draft is. I haven't really kept up with that. Been so caught up with things. But I want to thank you, the listener that pressed play. I'm trying to go every day, 15-minute segments. And it's like a little bit of my counseling. It's a little bit of my me time. I'm not old, but I'm not young. I'm at the age where I just like to kind of chill, relax. And that's why I love doing these podcasts. It gets a lot of things off my mind and a lot of things in my mind, because I love to talk sports. And not just NBA, I love to talk NFL as well. I was going to say it like I had other sports I like talking about, but no. Those 2 are the main ones that I basically have grown up listening to and watching. I'm not listening to, well, on the radio sometimes, that's true, but watching most of my life. We tried to, and I'm saying we as in my pops, we tried to get into baseball. Didn't happen. I mean, I'd rather play baseball than watch baseball. It's one of those sports, And I've tried tennis, and I'm not too good, but we've tried golf. He used to love watching his golf, and I want to take this time too as well to, shout out to my dad in heaven, and I know he's looking down on me, and you know he wants me to be well, and I know he loved me, and he did the best he could do, trying to fight this cancer and the depression before that with his foot, and it's man's been through some hell, and now he's in heaven. Amen. So, excuse me. With that being said, I hope that everyone has a great night. I hope that you also listen to my other segments with my faith. Very much recommend it. It's very good for your spirit, for your soul. But I will never force it. I just recommend it. And again, thank you for pressing play and taking time out your day to listen to my little analysts and, my little opinions and my little, corny sense of humor. No, I'm just joking. I'm pretty funny, dude. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this one. I know I got 3 more minutes, but we covered, it's getting so close to the NBA Finals now. It'd just be in the conference finals. These 15-minute segments are actually perfect because we're only talking about 4 teams and 2 of the teams are going against each other. So in the beginning, it's a little, there's more teams you have to cover and everything. And I can't wait till football comes back, though, too. I love doing podcasts for football. And, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what more I want to do, because I'm actually really enjoying these 15-minute segments instead of 30 or 45 minutes or an hour. Yeah. So everyone have a blessed evening, and catch me on my next podcast episode. Probably be tomorrow sometime, or maybe the next day. We'll let a couple of days go by. And yeah, as you can see, I don't even want to get off here. That's how much I love doing this. But I will get off of here. You have been listening to The Ember Show. Your host, Ember, checking out. Take it easy.